How you guys doing? Negative M is in the house. I'm like Brad Cardone. I gotta do 5 times the work. So here's Negative M's $20 Friday. We'll call it $20 Friday. What's going on, man? What do you think about how many? You don't know me. I'm 52. Been working for a while. I got 16 years worth of retirement. I thought I was going to retire in the next couple of years, but because of COVID, it reduced the interest rate from 5 to 10% down to 1%. So maybe if I had $100 to $2,000, if you put $100,000 in the bank at 1%, you get $1,000 back. That's almost maybe 2 or 3 months worth of groceries. While if the interest rate was at least 5% and I had $100,000, I would get $5,000 back. That's the big difference. That's $5,000 and not touch the principal. That's almost 3 to 4 months worth of rent or house payment. I had a housing payment. I had a house in Yucca Valley, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1.5 acres, and it was $1,658. So $5,000 back would help me cover my interest rate. And then I could do like all the other old people do, go buy a cool car. But I'm 52. I ain't going to buy it when I'm 60. I can't piss and things aren't working, man. I got to buy it at least when I'm 50, man. In the old days, what it was, you guys don't know about this, but I'm going to go back in time. I'm 52. Let's go back to 1978, 1980. The only people who had a Mercedes or a luxury car were people that are retiring and people with money. It's not how it is now. You don't have people living in apartments, shopping at Audi, shopping at the grocery outlet, living at home with mom and dad, driving around with Chargers, Mercedes, getting old. What is it? 5 or 6-year-old Mercedes tattooed. You're all tattooed up and stuff. That's not how it was with Negative M. When you had tattoos, look at that little cute birds. When you had tattoos during my time, you were either a criminal, you were Aryan Nation person, or you had mental deficiencies. We didn't have people that had tattoos back in that day. But now, everybody has a tattoo. I had this one guy too. I was all tatted up in his Mercedes riding by me. Hey, you guys like to come by, black people? See me in my Camry? You want to pull up beside me with your Mercedes, your Audi? Well, I gotta go now, bro. Are you got on, bro? Living with 2 roommates, 2 guys living in the house. That's how it is in a jailhouse, man. You got 2 guys living together. Come on, man. At least live with the girl. I've lived with one girlfriend, Jocelyn. I lived with Jocelyn for 2 or 3 years. Also, I lived with Delilah for 2 or 3 years. At least live with the girl, man. I live with 5 guys. That's crazy, man. I went to all-guy high school. I hate being around men. Every time I see guys talking together, I'm like, what are you doing? I'll go to the gym today. People just men talking and shit. It's like, what is that, man? Once you go to going to all high schools like being in jail, man. Once you get out of jail, you don't want to deal with no other men. You want them hanging out. You want to be your friend. I don't want to be your fucking friend, man. Have you been in a big house? Shit, man. What, you want to fuck me up the ass or something? Get the hell away from me. When I see guys trying to buddy up to me, get away from me, man. Unless you got some money, you gonna buy a product, you gonna be a referral, you gonna help me make some money. Otherwise, get the hell away from me. That's just Negative M thought of the day. But the reason I came to you today is just Negative M. Negative M came home yesterday on the 2nd floor of his apartment complex. He saw that letter, apartment number. You know what it means when you get that envelope? It means you ain't paying your rent. Your rent is late. The 2nd month. It's tough out there, man. But what I like about the apartment complex, you have 100, 200 units. You can afford to have 5, 10, 15 people not pay their rent. I see those letters where it says, it just gives me nightmares when I see those letters, because I know they're saying the rent is due or they haven't paid their rent or something. That's the only reason you put an envelope on somebody's desk, unless I want to come in and inspect the unit, because I had 2 duplexes in Yucca Valley. And I remember I used to always go in. The only reason I put notices were to pay. I needed you to give me my motherfucking money. Sister Flo, too. You know who you are, Sister Flo? I asked you to pay $300. All I wanted you to do is pay $300, and you couldn't even do that, man. I'm telling you guys, Negative M is, I'm going for it, man. Negative M gets pissed about this time with the beginning of the month for rent, man. I had 2 duplexes and I own 1 house. Hate when people don't pay their rent, man, and they give me these sorry ass stories and stuff. Oh, you're rich, man. You're a rich black man, man, because you ain't like your ancestors. You own duplexes with white people, so you can afford us not paying. We're going to treat you like your people treated us. How's that going, brother? How does that feel? Like The Rock says, how does that smell? Is that cooking for you? Is that cooking for you, Brock, man? We ain't gonna pay you just like you did us, man. Goes back to why I'm saying, if I ever do a duplex or triplex again, I will do Section 8, man. Unless you have a big apartment complex, even at a big apartment complex, I'm thinking, because of the schools not being in, that's prevented a lot of apartment complexes from being full or having a lot of volume. So they're running these stupid discounts. Get 1 month free or half month. You bring these deadbeat fuckers in, and then they don't pay their rent. And then on top of it, they have a bunch of deadbeat friends who want to come visit them. And it just becomes a whole mess. It's a mess of everything, man. You know why? I know about it because I did it. I tried to do, I'll give you half month rent free. If I was smart, I would have made sure I had enough money to just carry the units for 2, 3, or 4 months. If I couldn't find someone with a decent job, then I'd just give it to a Section 8 person, be a slumlord. I remember I used to get this, just at the beginning of the month, I'd like to drive around and just see all the stuff that happens. Probably later today, I'll start seeing moving vans moving out my apartment complex because the problem when you give people the half month free and whatever is eventually the rent's going to go up. And then they stay there over a year, the rent goes up 5 or 10%. And you're asking them to pay like $1,000, $1,900, $2,000, depending on the size of the unit, and it just creates a big mess, man. You got all the moving trucks coming in. I got roommates where roommates are trying to take the roommate to work to make sure they pay the rent. This becomes a mess, man. And without the schools being in, where a lot of students would stay in the units, and they get the money, whatever financial aid or any kind of money. That kind of helps with the apartment complex where I am. I got University of San Francisco, whatever. I have San Bernardino, Redlands, Cal Baptist. You're in an area where you have quite a few schools. At least even Riverside, RCC, some college. Some community college. But at least you have a lot of colleges around. People don't want to live home. People want to get the college experience. So you can keep the price high. You can even rent or increase the price of the apartment or the house and not worry about getting paid because, hey, they got money coming in. The parents are paying stuff. Now when you got somebody coming in, working at a warehouse, trying to get a roommate to pay, it just becomes a mess, man. It becomes a mess for everybody involved. Then on top of it now, what even makes it worse, like let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. Everyone wants to have a fancy car. Like I told you, I'm 52. And then only time we had family cars, if someone died, you got some money, you're retiring, or you're rich. Or maybe you're a drug dealer too. 4 things. Now everybody has a car, and they're at least charging people $200 or $300. And then every so often, you get the maintenance, and they take all the money. They don't have any money. They can't pay their rent. See what I mean? And they don't have any extra money. And it's just a mess, man. So when I go around my apartment complex and I see those letters on the door, because I've owned duplexes, I own houses, and the only reason you put those up is to do this and that. And that's why Negative M had to look for other ways to make money. And I'm thinking, I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the triplex. I'm going to do the duplex. I'm just going to put Section 8 housing. I'm in San Bernardino, Redlands area. I'm just going to just do that, man. Then I know how it is, get the letters from code enforcement. We can't have people changing their car. The music is too loud. Martin, we need you to clean the weeds. Martin, there's a car parked on your driveway leaking oil. Martin, there's a car parked on your lawn leaking oil. Negative M knows that already. I told her to move her fucking car. She hasn't done it yet. Think I'm an idiot? I paid supplemental taxes. I did a whole bunch of renovations to the units. Don't you fucking think I know if a car's leaking oil? Oh, I hate code enforcement. sometimes. Of course I fucking know, man. I got the $200,000 worth of loans on the fucking units. I know. I fucked up. Negative M fucked up. I didn't know people didn't pay their rent. I was delusional. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why going forward in 2021, I'm looking for ways to make money. Sales number one. Helping people pay off their car loans number two. You need to know want to help you pay off your car loan so you can at least pay your rent, man. And if you can't pay your rent, at least want to help you get a decent spare tire. See people riding around on used tires, donuts, all kind of Mercedes and Audis on donuts and stuff. No, the donut's just instead of a full-size tire, it's a small tire. Yeah, just for you to know, if you have a BMW, full-size tire. That's how it was for me, 2007. I don't know how it is now, but I just thought I'd let you know because today is December 4th, so rent's going to be late December 5th. And I was just thinking about some ways to make extra money, and I'm thinking I see these big apartment complexes. I'm like, if I ever do it, I'm going to have a majority of Section 8 houses. Maybe have some people working in some warehouses, and that's it. Because I'm not wasting my money right now because when Biden comes in and stuff, I know these companies are just going to get rid of people. They're going to cut the salaries, and they're not going to even care. They're not going to even hesitate. I already see it coming, man. And no stimulus money. You ain't getting no $1,200 a month again. I remember when Negative M got laid off back in 1995, I got $345 a week. And and after that, when you're unemployment back in those days, if you go more than 6 months, they say, what's the problem, man? You can't get a job? Well, you know what? We're going to cut you off. And they had this little slip they would mail out, and you have to write down the different jobs you went to and stuff, and they would be checking them, see? So that's why I laugh when I heard this $1,200 a month extra and stuff. You don't see nobody buying up no shit paper now, huh? I was like, just in my apartment complex, someone threw up all over the place. Top ramen, someone threw up right near someone's garage, and then someone threw up in the trash bin area. So I'm like, what are these people? I'm telling you, this is what happens when it comes to like this time when people don't have any money. Just bizarre stuff starts to happen. People start moving in, people illegally and stuff. It's going to be a mess for the next year. So I'm Negative M, is staying calm, working on getting sales job, working on helping, like going to different businesses. What can I do to help you at least keep your existing client? Helping people get their money, working on different skills. Because it's going to be a mess in a couple of years. And Trump should be happy to be. If I was Trump, I'd be happy to be out of there, man. Because these ungrateful Democrats, Trump, Biden's not going to do anything for you. Be happy Trump was a business person. No one does anything for no damn Democrat. Come on, man. People just have no idea on how money is made. Well, all you so-called Democrats who wanted Biden, you're going to get what you deserve right now. You'll get what you deserve. So maybe you can live in a little hut like I see in City of Banning. Or maybe you guys can live at the park. If you go down to a beautiful park in San Bernardino, homeless people have just taken it over, man. Them and the geese. I mean, just stuff like that. That's a Democrat for you. Let's just move all the homeless people into the convention center. Huh? We spent all our tax dollars to bring businesses in to make money, and we're just going to bring all the homeless people. Don't you have enough homeless people down on Skid Row that you put there? Don't do anything about? I mean, Democrats are hypocrites, man. I'm just telling you, especially the ones who are politicians and money. It's a mess coming. But Negative M just had to go off because is your rent, just kind of drive around and just, if you're in an apartment complex, just walk around and see how many late envelopes you see on different doors, man. That's what I'm saying. If I was Negative M, just saying rent's going to be late for a lot of people this month. Because people in the old days, like I say, they at least had a reasonable car like me, and you had a little extra money to cover the rent. People don't even pay their rent anymore. They don't ever live in their fucking Mercedes, in their Infiniti in a park. They pay their rent, man. Unless they sneak people in illegally, like my place. You should go look, man. Cars parked all in front. Come on, man. Or sneaking families in. Just crazy shit, man. But Negative M just want to go in. But are you going to join the Negative M 100,000 subscriber club? Join, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. We're going to get 100,000 people. I'm going to put my email in here. Get on the negative M train, man. What do you think, man? 3 reasons you should become a slumlord. 1, the government will pay because they love to help homeless people. Number 2, you don't have to fix up the unit. Code enforcement can do whatever they want. And you can just say, hey, do you want me to kick the people out on the street? They won't do nothing. Number 3, you can just get some extra money and just keep building up that money till you get enough, or you just say, hey, Martin, we're going to raffle off your unit and just give you whatever. Just give me whatever, man. I don't care. Then you can go to Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, find some real good investment property to live with. But until then, take those duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes. Be a slumlord. Get that easy Section 8 money or get that low-income money. Save it. Don't worry about doing any repairs. If they can bitch and complain, hey, take your ass to City Hall. If you don't want to live here, live on the street with everyone else, man. Or maybe the government will say you don't have to pay your rent. Subscribe, comment, like. What you think, man? What do you think about my rant about the rent? People paying rent, people sneaking people in and stuff. Let me know. Negative M. 100,000 subscriber. Join today. 100,000 subscriber. Join today. Be part of the Negative M army.